Good evening and welcome to Carlton Town TV. We're looking back at some of the good years we've had in recent times. We won the Not Senior Cup for the first time in our 110-year history in 2013, and we're able to repeat the feat in 2014. And quite a bit of that was down to this gentleman who's joining me tonight, Jordan Vilums, who it was a pleasure to work with during the 2-year period on and off that he was with Carlton, and we're just going to look back at some of the highlights of Jordan's career here tonight. Jordan, you joined us, I believe, in November 2012 on loan. You were with Mansfield Town.
Yeah.
And you came on loan, and I'm going to take you back to it. Can you take me back to it? You scored on your debut against Northwich Victoria, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. If I remember correctly, I think it was down to 10 men.
Really?
A man sent off, yeah. And I was originally playing on the wing. Didn't start very well, I don't think, on my debut. But then just naturally moved into centre midfield, which is a position that I played in before. And yeah, just played really well, just dug in, kept our shape, and I think we scraped a win somehow. And yeah, I remember the ball got played to me, I ran through the middle, got a one-on-one with the keeper, just rounded in and slotted it in, and then we managed to hold out until the end. So yeah, it was a good team performance and a really good debut, and something that I still remember.
Nice one. What are your memories? Obviously that was your first time you played with Les McJanet. What are your memories of Les?
Yeah, really good working relationship with Les, good communicator, really good tactician, etc. And really enjoyed my time, learned a lot from him. He spoke to me on a one-to-one basis sometimes, and also his assistant at the time was Mark Clark, and someone that I was really fond of as well. Really helped to give me some confidence, etc. to go on and perform.
And then after that period of time you did well with us. I think we were impressed with you, but you got called back to Mansfield, and then they sent you out to Hucknall, which I understand you were a little bit disappointed with at the time.
Yeah, a little bit, because I was playing really well here. I really enjoyed my time, and I think it's one of the main things in football, especially at this standard, is just to enjoy your football, enjoy the people that you play with, and just as long as you're winning, you can laugh at the end of the day. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Was, like you said, disappointed to go to Hucknall, but obviously it wasn't taken out of my hands. It was kind of a collective agreement that a lot of the youth team players was going to go to Hucknall, who were struggling at the time, to try and help them really and give us a bit of a boost as well. So yeah, disappointed. I think I had a word with one of the managers there at the time, one of my youth team managers, and just said, look, playing very well at Carlton, I'd like to go back, and if obviously without me back. So yeah.
And then you did come back.
Yeah.
Basically carried on the good work, but unfortunately January 2013, from my memory, I think you got injured, didn't you? Can you remember what? Can you remember that?
I can, yeah. I can't remember who he was playing against, however I remember it on the pitch, because it's probably one of the worst injuries that I've had. Yeah, I was playing on the right wing, went to close the ball down, and the left wing back looked to open up and just cross it down the line. And like myself, I just went and closed the ball, stretched too far, and then just felt my hamstring go, and I knew straight away I was going to be out for quite a period of time. So yeah, I came off and notified my managers at Mansfield, and they just said, come back and get your physio done and see where we can. But fortunately that finished me until the end of the season. I wasn't able to come back to Carlton.
But on the back of the performances you put in here in that first period, and on the back of obviously the work that you've done at Mansfield, correct me if I'm wrong, but that summer you were offered a pro contract at Mansfield. So
yeah,
that must have been really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite fortunate really, just because I got injured. What was happening is I was playing here on a Saturday, and then on a Tuesday or a Wednesday I was playing for for the youth team. And it was just a mutual agreement by Mansfield and Carlton that I was to do that, and that was purely for my development. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to get offered a contract, because I feel like I did play really well in the youth team, and in this semi-professional environment as well. So I played really well, got offered a professional contract while I was still injured, which was quite fortunate. I'm quite lucky really that I did play quite well, otherwise I wouldn't have got a contract. So yeah, I got a 6-month contract. Yeah.
Correct me again if I'm wrong, and I remember we were monitoring, because obviously as I do with the managers we talk, and I can remember we were monitoring, you know, how well you were doing, but unfortunately again you never really got back to full fitness, and I think it was, although your contract was till the end of the year, I understand that it was made clear to you, sort of, with you being unable to regain your fitness, that you weren't going to get offered a new one, which must have been pretty gut-wrenching for you.
Yeah, especially from being a lad from Mansfield as well, having a season ticket and watching him grow up and getting that professional contract was, you know, like a dream come true, especially for, you know, me and my family and my dad mainly, who came to watch me play when he could really. So to get that professional contract was bittersweet.
I liked your dad. He always sold plenty of raffle tickets for us. He's a good man. I do remember things like that.
Yeah.
When you're chairman of a club that's not got on a great deal of money, you remember people that are very supportive, and your dad was brilliant. So that always sticks in my mind as well. So, but yeah, so you were obviously really disappointed to be released, and then
it's just one of the things I think really, you know, it's performance business, isn't it? And unfortunately, being injured, wasn't able to show what I can and can't do, other than my previous performances at Carlton and in the youth team. Wasn't enough to get me another contract there, but it's just football. It's one of them things. I don't agree with it. I think young footballers need time to develop, especially when they've come back from a really long time out. You're fit, but you're not match fit, as the saying goes.
I think we were really keen to have you back here. So how did you feel that the fact that you're obviously disappointed that you were being released by Mansfield, but the fact that we came straight back in for you and made it clear that we wanted you, how did you feel about that?
Great, yeah, absolutely. It was, I mean, such an easy decision to come back to Carlton. You know, really easy to football decision, because I enjoyed my time here. I played really good football. Liked all the staff. You know, it's such a close-knit fan base as well, where, you know, you get to know the fans, etc., and they're really supportive. But yeah, like the Les and Carl was still there at the time. Just an easy decision to come back and obviously work with yourself as well. So.
Thank you. You know, it's appreciate your words, because we've always tried to work it that way, and you know, the fact is that you were so happy to come back despite the massive setback that you'd had. Is really good to hear, and this is where it really took off for you at Carlton. I mean, as chairman, I've been here a few years, and there's been one or two spells during that period that stick in my memory that have been really special, and the second half in particular of that season was just unbelievable. I'm going to take you back in time. Take me back, if you can. One of the greatest runs ever in the club's history was that League Cup run.
Yeah.
Now, what can you remember about that League Cup run? I can remember you having a particularly good game against Mick Garton.
I did, yeah. I did play quite well here at Mick Garton. I did play quite well here against Mick Garton. I think we was losing at the time, and we managed to score 2 in the last 5 minutes.
That's right.
One of the goals that I scored was ball got crossed in. Just came over a couple of heads, and I was at the back post and controlled it, and then just had a shot. And it was, I remember running back to Billy Bennett on the left back, and celebrating. It was a great feeling.
Brilliant. And can you remember any other games in that run? There was some big. I think we took 1 or 2 big scouts, didn't we?
Yeah.
Stanford rings a bell to me. I can remember the only time. I've only been in the dressing room twice in my tenure as chairman. Once was when Tommy Brookbanks was manager, his daughter took ill, and I actually had to give the team talk. We were winning at half time, and I think 2-0, played some great football, and the floodlights failed, and the game got called off.
Yeah.
And then Tommy took the team back up there a few weeks later and drew 0-0. I'll never let him forget that. And the second time was the game against Stanford away. And we were really short players. I think we only had 1 sub. We'd made signings at the last available day from a local lad who joined us that I knew, because the squad was that stretched. We got no coaching staff there, and Les said, "Look, I need your help in the dressing room." And we were against Stanford side that was pretty good. What can you remember about that game?
It was a night match. I remember it being pretty cold, and like you said, I think we was down on numerous quality players being played in really important positions. But I just think it comes down to hard work at the end of the day, especially when you're missing key players. You work together, you play out position, and you just give them 10% and you see what you come out with. And I think that's what we did on that night. We stuck together and managed to get a fantastic result against someone who was in the league above. I can't remember exactly what happened in the game, but whether it was them, I think it was more us overachieving than them underperforming. I don't think they played particularly bad. I think we just really done.
We had a good night.
Yeah,
we had a good night. I'm trying to remember who else did we beat in that run. I know the one big game.
Played Matlock. I think.
Matlock, that was it. Yeah, Matlock
here. Played Matlock here.
The Premiership side.
Yeah, there was in the league above us as well. And I think it's just whenever we played a team here, we know the pitch is different to a lot of other pitches, and the ground, etc., is something that we're accustomed to. And we really fancy the chances against any team when we played.
And then the really big night, which I know you were gutted not to be in the team, was the FC United of Manchester. And one of my guests I'm hoping to have on this in the coming weeks is like called Grant Brindley, who obviously scored a goal that night. But you got left out of the side. I'm aware of the story. When you left Mansfield, you were a bit down in the dumps.
Yeah.
You booked a holiday, and take up the story if you would.
I mean, you're a young lad, you're playing football, and you work hard for numerous amount of years to get that professional contract, and you get it. And unfortunately, you don't get to fulfil what you feel is your potential, but it's just one of them things. I needed a bit of time away after the Mick game, so I took a week off just after that game, and I was benched for the following game, which was against FC United. Yeah, so I was gutted. However, from a footballing perspective, but that break I needed it for myself from a personal point of view, because you get a little bit down in the dumps, and especially when you want something so much, it's quite hard as a young person to come back from that. So I mean, it's just one of the things you need to do.
I've got a few memories myself of special nights here and special nights I've been involved with the club. I've got to say the FC United one was right up there. Yeah. But taking it on to the next level, we got to the semi-final, I think it was Skemersdale. You played in that game. Yeah. Should have won that game, Jordan.
Yeah,
should have won that game.
Yeah, it's just
got to the final.
Yeah,
we just couldn't get the ball in the net, could we?
No. Yeah, really good. I think we could see this step. I think Skemersdale was pushing for promotion in that league that year, and I think we could tell the difference between the teams that we played above it and Skemersdale, who we lost to. I think they were just a bit of a class better. They kept the ball better, and I think they just tired us out in the end. But I think our efforts at the end were plain as day to see. We always we gave 110% all the time. But it's just one of the things. It's football, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But there's a twist of the tail. We got knocked out of that cup in the semi-final, which was pretty tough to take.
Yeah.
But we did then go on, and one of the greatest nights in my time as chairman. One of the greatest games I've been involved with was an evening at Baseford United in the not senior cup semi-final.
Yeah. Goals
galore, and I believe you came off the bench, if my memory serves me right, and you played a pivotal role in that game, and two big assists to basically get us over the line. The score was, can you remember the score in that game?
5-3.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the game got cancelled due to floodlight failure here.
Yes, it got,
and got moved to the Baseford ground, which is quite surprising. But I got injured a couple of weeks before that game, and again we was down on players. Some key players as well that were really important to our team in the way that we played. However, I said to Les, I could be bum on the seat on the bench, make things up a little bit, and just come on if you need me. I wasn't expecting to play. However, in that game we had a think a couple of injuries as well. And Les just said, just do what you can, just go on. I couldn't run really, only when I had to, so he just chucked me on up front. And yeah, we went to extra time. I can remember the assist that I got from a shot that I had, and the keeper parried it.
Made a good save.
Yeah,
I think Danny Gordon?
Danny Gordon, yeah, it was a header. Yeah, it was a really good save.
Was it Danny Gordon? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I can't remember when. I was trying to remember when Danny joined us and all that type of thing, but I do remember, the save. There was a header at the far post. And then, of course, the barnstorming goal at the end where we were under the cosh.
Yeah.
So it was 4-3, basically we were piling on the pressure.
Yeah.
And we looked like we were going to concede any minute. And we got a breakaway, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can remember that very well.
I think basically through the kitchen sink, as the saying goes. And I think it was a corner to them on the right hand side, and in swinger. And I think Trokey headed it clear. And Lee Tor, as he does, followed the ball out, pressurising and forcing it back. It was a misplaced pass which came to me, and I controlled it, and Lee Tor just carried on running. Got down to the edge of their box, which I crossed in, and Lee Tor scored a great goal.
Yeah, it was a good play, Lee.
And the atmosphere in that game, it was that goal, it was brilliant. And
for viewers listening, that would be the Danny Gordon from Ilkeston who joined us on loan, not the Danny Gordon that later went on to have some success here himself in future years. Both very good players, I've got to say. So we got to the final. We won it for the first time the previous year. With Grant going in goal. That's another story. You were playing back at Mansfield. You've been with us for a short period, but you obviously got injured. You then came back and you played a massive part in that cup final at I think it was at Carlton Town.
Yes,
and we played Rennes in the final. Tell me your memories of that. Fantastic. No, we went to goal down, didn't we? It was a penalty early doors.
That's it. Right. They had a penalty pretty early on, which put us on the back foot in a way. But I think we was always going to win that game. The lads were really up for it. I think every single player on that pitch on our team played 7 out of 10.
It was a good night.
There was numerous man of the match awards that could be given out that game, and I think the scoreline was a reflection of that. We played really well.
Can you remember the goal your assist?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it was just after the floodlights went out. Surprisingly, I managed to find a bit of space. We had a free kick in our own half, and I managed to find on the left hand side, and I managed to find a bit of space in between the wall and the back line really. And Billy just chipped it over to me, which was a great pass, and I just controlled it with my right foot, and then my standing foot, which usually you call it a left foot, just crossed it in, and it was a good cross, and Theo headed it in, which was a great header as well. But that was a great match. It was
Anton Robinson, I think.
Anton, that's it.
Yeah. He was only with us briefly, but another guy really impressed. So, having waited 110 years to win the Not Senior Cup, we then won it 2 years on the bounce, and we've gone on obviously to win it again since. So you really, from a personal point of view, you made a fantastic impact as a player here. I think the following season you joined Mick briefly before returning to Carlton.